started and we did 420 divided by 3, you told me that you were going to get a larger answer because we had smaller groups that was being divided into. Looking here at the answer before, the question before, of 420 divided by 7, we got 60. And here we have 420 divided by 3, we got 140. Does this answer make sense? And why? Does the answer of 140 make sense? And why? Take a minute and think. You can even write down an idea. 420 divided by 7 gave us 60. 420 divided by 3 gave us 140. Is that an answer you would expect? Why does it make sense? Looking for a few more hands. Those that aren't sure, just take a minute and think. Okay, if you think you know an answer, put up your hand. Very few to pick from. Before I pick, I want you to tell me. If you think that answer sounds right, raise your hand. Okay. If you think that answer sounds wrong, raise your hand. And if you think that answer, if you're not sure about that answer, raise your hand. Look at the numbers 3 and 7. How many more is 7 from 3? Jenna? Okay. So if we were to look here almost like in a number line, here's 3, here's 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I want to make a multiplication sentence and then add something to it to give me 7. So 3 times what plus what gives me 7? 3 times something and then adding something is going to give me 7. Someone figure out what I might come up with? Layla?
3 times 1
Okay.
plus 4 is 7. 2 times 2 is 7.
We did this one. We could almost say that 7 is just slightly more than double. Right? From 3, right? So 7 is slightly more than double 3. Okay? So here we're looking at the divisor, right? 7 and 3, these were the divisors. Now let's look at the quotient. What was the quotient for 420 divided by 7? What was my answer? What was my answer for 420 divided by 7? Javier?
60.
Right. Okay. And what was the quotient for 420 divided by 3? Elise? Okay. So we were going to compare those two numbers. 60 times something plus something equals 140. Mark?
60 times 2 plus 20.
How did you get that, Mark?
Because 6 times 2 is 12.
Yeah.
At the 0 on the end, you have 120. Add 20, you have 140.
So, hold on a minute. Let's look at this. We could then say here we said that 7 is slightly more than double 3. Here we could say that 60 is what? Or sorry, that 140, is what? My fault. Layla? So, does the answer make sense? How do you know? I saw a lot of nodding heads. How do you know now that the answer makes sense? A couple more hands. How do you know now that the answer makes sense? If 7 is slightly more than double 3, and 140 is slightly more than double 60, how do we now know, because people were nodding, that the answer makes sense? Katarina, how do you know? Right? Right. So if we were to compare them, it's again just slightly double, right? As is 3 to 7. We just did.